Could you tell us what your sense of the current state of the economy is?
Since 2001, when my country went into default, we have no access to the international financing. So everything we've done in these 10 years have been done exclusively with the result of our trade. As I said, we have a very important trade, very important for us at least. This year it will probably be more than $14 billion. So with that money, we have to implement and do all our policies. Our main partner in the commercial field is Brazil, but in a growing manner is China. Our best investors are the European countries, but the second one is the United States. So we are trading a lot, we are selling a lot. Many people think when think of Argentina that we sell beef and we sell soybeans and corn, which is true. We do it, and we do it with big numbers. But all of this production, the agricultural production, represents around the 31% of our exports, because 51% of our exports come from the manufactured goods, are industrials. And that's the reason why we are having such an important deficit with the US, because we don't buy from you what we need to eat. We already have it. What we buy from the US are the machinery, the capital goods that we need to complete our own process of industrialization. So we are selling cars from Mexico to Chile, from Venezuela to Brazil. We are selling cars is a big and important activity in my country. And let me tell you something. For the very first time in our history, if I say heavy water, I don't know if you know what I mean. In Spanish we say agua pesada. It's a product that comes from the nuclear plants. So on January the 1st, 2013, Argentina will start to export heavy water to the United States. Personally, I flew twice this year to my country, accompanying American companies that suddenly were cut for their provision of heavy water from Canada, because Canada is closing the exportation to the US, and they started to look for other producers. We are very few in the world with, in a secure manner, produce such a sensitive product. So they found that in Europe, many countries are buying from us this heavy water. So this is a new announcement that will be made by our governments, but by the end of the year, we will be technically ready to start this new kind of export to the US.
We have time for maybe a couple of questions from the floor. Yes, ma'am, in the back.
My name is Christine Springer. I work for Mallory Alexander, which is a freight forwarding company, and I'm the projects manager. My largest customer is General Electric. Been doing consistent business with Argentina for at least 5 years. It wasn't always easy, but as of January of this year, it got harder. Basically, we now have to wait for the green light from Argentine customs before we even export anything down there. And one of the issues that I find frustrating is that, I mean, this is power generation material, these are engines, this is tooling, this is going down there to fix gas turbines for Central Térmica in Salta, Pampa, which is a government facility. However, it still now takes from 2 weeks to 2 months to get the green light to ship anything down there. And then again, it's power generation. Even when we have something that is urgent, it does not matter. And I'm just wondering, you know, what, and my agent down there, her name is Flavia, and she is awesome, but, I mean, it's just very frustrating, and
it's clear.
as I was telling others, you know, difficult. But do you see that getting any better? Because it wasn't as bad, and then it's gotten worse.
Okay, of course it will be better. The first thing I must say is that what this lady is saying is correct. That is happening because of some necessary adjustments that we are doing in our economy. She probably, I don't know if she said so, but she knows that also that with this delay, all the problems are solved at the end of the, I shouldn't say the day, but at the end of some period of time. And those periods are getting close, smaller and shorter and shorter. I have been working with GA people in Washington in more than one occasion. I met the GA executives in New York with the president. We are working on it. It's not only a GA problem, but a generalized problem in Argentina that we are trying to fix. And that problem is related to the currency, to the dollars. Because of our crisis and because of our historical inflation problems, the Argentines are stick to the dollar as a currency. And if you remember that I said that we don't have access since 2001 to the international market, and all the money we get it from the trade, the international trade. You can understand, and if you associate what I'm saying with these figures, in the last 15 years, capital flight of dollars from Argentina represented at least 3% of the GDP year by year. That's a very serious problem that only we have in Latin America. Because the Mexicans, they don't use dollars. They use dollars to come here or to trade, but they don't use dollars to save money, for example. The Brazilians, if you go with dollars in Brazil, and it will not be easy for you to pay in dollars when you go to a restaurant, because they might say, sorry sir, we don't want dollars, pay me on cash or with credit card. In Argentina, it's exactly the contrary. So we are trying to change our dollar-dependent culture, is it right? On the one hand, and to preserve the dollars we need for our to continue expanding our economy. But it is perfectly clear that we must finish this process as soon as possible, because otherwise would be an oxymoron. On the one hand, I call you to invest in my country, and on the other hand, I'm making it hard for you to invest. The last conclusion, or the last remark, the last comment I would like to say is GA and the more than the 500 companies that are investing in Argentina are earning lots of money. They are not losing money. And that's another important component of the equation.